Hello dear followers. A new type of virus has emerged in China, a virus that causes acute pneumonia. To date, the number of coronavirus infections has reached more than 7,700 people worldwide. The virus killed more than 170 people in China only, and no deaths were recorded outside China. Coronavirus is a virus whose side effects are similar to many common diseases, such as colds and flu, but no one yet knows where this virus came from, how it is transmitted, or how to treat it. Watch the video with us until the end to know all the latest information on the coronavirus. We will also advise you to avoid infection with this virus, but after the break.
Please click like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue publishing more videos.
The new coronavirus was a concern of citizens in Arab countries, which raised questions about the government's ability to deal with it. This comes after 5 years of Middle East respiratory syndrome in the Arab world, which claimed dozens of lives. The name corona does not seem strange to the Arab world, as the coronavirus, which causes respiratory syndrome, spread to the Middle East in 2012. This was in many Arab countries, causing hundreds of wounded and dozens of killers, most of them in Saudi Arabia. This made the new Chinese coronavirus a guest of terror in a wide area of citizens, not only citizens, but also the effect of terror on the media in the Arab world as a whole. This new generation of the virus caught the attention of citizens by mocking some precautionary measures in Arab countries. Among the authorities' attempts to limit its spread, and in the past few hours, rumors spread about the arrival of the Chinese coronavirus in the Arab region, and one case was recorded in Saudi Arabia. But this news has not been confirmed. Now let's get to know the whole corona story. The story started at the end of last year 2019, specifically on December 13. The World Health Organization announced the emergence of a new type of virus that appeared in the Chinese city Wuhan. That city, with a population of 11 million, is 1,000 kilometers away. It was south of Beijing, the capital. Coronavirus can cause many diseases that leave people, such as a cold syndrome and acute respiratory infection, and this may be fatal. These viruses form like nails, as these viruses are attached to cells and continue to produce new cells that infect old cells, and the process repeats. Knowing that the symptoms of the disease are very difficult, as the patient suffers from fever and dry cough, the virus is classified as one of the deadly viruses and the infection period is about 1 week. During this time, the disease does not show symptoms, and this is what is difficult to limit the spread of the epidemic. Japanese scientists say that the Chinese coronavirus is capable of killing millions of people, and the World Health Organization announced last Thursday the international emergency, all these indications that the virus may be more devastating. It should be noted that between 2002 and 2003 a similar outbreak was recorded in the People's Republic of China and more than 650 people died at the time, but the disease was quickly controlled and spread around the world. This time, it all started from a popular food market in China, where the first person bought fish from this market, then the market was closed, and then a virus was transferred. Corona very quickly, due to the spray carrying the virus in the air, the infection began to spread throughout China. On January 23, the Chinese city of Wuhan, which is the source of the coronavirus, was isolated despite local recommendations not to leave the city, but people began to leave in large numbers and continued to continue their examination to show symptoms of the disease before they left. The situation in the city is not the best today, the streets are empty, so are the shops, but the crowds are all present in hospitals, such as buses, trains, and planes that have stopped leaving the city. On January 23, communication with Wuhan was suspended, and most Chinese now wear protective masks, and people begin to complain that these masks are not in pharmacies, and there is difficulty when trying to order these masks from the internet in Shanghai. With the outbreak of the new virus and street purification, one likened empty Chinese streets to the end of the world. The Chinese Governmental Health Committee stated that the youngest deceased from the coronavirus was 48 years old, the oldest was 89 years old, and most of the cases died from China. The virus is also found in the following countries: Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, France as well as the United States of America. The Australian authorities also confirmed the appearance of the first case of the new coronavirus on its soil. Malaysia also confirmed the appearance of 3 cases infected with coronavirus, all 3 cases are Chinese citizens and outside the People's Republic of China. More than one country confirmed the presence of cases infected with coronavirus. The French Minister of Health confirmed that on Friday, one case of the disease appeared in Porto, then a second case appeared in an area Paris. The American Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also confirmed the emergence of cases of the coronavirus in Chicago and Washington. The first patient from the Chinese Wuhan returned to Chicago on January 23 and is investigating 63 possible cases in 22 different countries around the world. Returning or exchanging Alizakar to R cases to China from January 24 to February 7 without any additional fees due to the epidemiological situation in China. Decided Aeroflot to provide passengers with an opportunity to change the date of departure or return from and to China, and now in China and in other countries, all necessary measures have been taken to stop this epidemic. At entry points in Japan, South Korea and Thailand, as well as Australian, and in the same way in Arab countries such as Egypt and Saudi Arabia, passengers are examined using a thermal scan. The European negotiation said it was also watching the situation because in the era of transcontinental flights, this virus knows no boundaries. Now the procedures are tight in the Far East, where everyone is examined at the border, but there are cases where it is impossible to determine whether they are infected or not. All viruses have a period of incubation, and the person in the incubation period does not know that he is infected and crosses the border and transmits the disease with him to a new land, but this does not mean the inefficiency of the devices working across the border, but they will soon be detected quickly and a decision will be made to spin with them. And when Dr. Michael, who was asked Doctor of Biological Sciences, is there a problem if someone crossed the border while in the incubation period of the virus? He replied, the epidemic is spreading, but we have a biosafety system, where scientists and doctors recommend wearing a protective mask and not going to the market, as well as washing hands most times and drinking bottled water. These are the rules to reduce infection from disease. First, select your destination and make sure that the situation is safe in the country that you will be visiting. Second, do not go to markets where animals are sold, as well as seafood. Third, eat thermally processed food and drink bottled water. Fourth, do not visit the zoo or any areas where there are animal pools. Fifth, use respiratory masks. Sixth, wash your hands after visiting crowded places and before and after eating. Seventh, if you feel any symptoms of the disease immediately, seek help from medical organizations and do not treat yourself. Eighth, finally, if you return from a trip from China soon, all you have to do is inform the officials and teach them the time and place of your stay. In the end, my dear viewers, may God protect me and I from any disease or epidemic, and made us always healthy and safe. And do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to receive all new. Thank you.